Welcome back to Healing Our Kindred Spirits. I am Donna Gaudette, and thank you so much for listening. Throughout this special holiday series, we're exploring the timeless message and reflections found in beloved classics like It's a Wonderful Life, The Polar Express, Miracle on 34th Street, The Year Without a Santa Claus, A Christmas Carol, and Yes, Virginia, There is a Santa Claus. Stories that remind us of hope, belief, kindness, and the quiet power of the human spirit. Along with each episode, I've also created a separate, gentle, original guided meditation moment. And these reflective meditations are completely standalone. You don't need to listen to the episode first, but I hope you will. And they're simply an invitation to pause, breathe, and carry the message a little deeper into your own heart. And they're not just for the holiday season. You can listen to them anytime during the year. And you'll find the meditations episode immediately following the original episode. And it's there if you feel guided to listen. And I really hope you will. I hope you will enjoy all of these episodes now and throughout the year as much as I did creating them. Let's begin. Today, I want to take you on a little journey, one that reaches all the way back to 1897, when an 8-year-old girl named Virginia O'Hanlon wrote a letter to the New York Sun asking, "Is there a Santa Claus?" Her letter and the heartfelt response it received became one of the most reprinted editorials in newspaper history. It's a story that has touched hearts for over a century because it reminds us that belief, in its purest form, is something sacred. You may remember this as a movie or an animated program. And according to online resources, in 1974, it was a fictionalized animated TV special called Yes, Virginia, There is a Santa Claus. And in 1991, a live action made for TV movie titled Yes, Virginia. And in 2009, there was another animated TV special titled Yes, Virginia. In the letter, Virginia wrote, "Papa says, if you see it in the sun, it is so. Please tell me the truth. Is there a Santa Claus?" And the editor, Francis Pharcellus Church, answered with words that continued to echo through time. "Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus. He exists as certainly as love and generosity and devotion exist." Every time I revisit those words, I feel something stir deep inside. That quiet knowing that belief isn't just about magic at Christmas time. It's about faith, not necessarily the religious faith, the kind that whispers through the heart when logic alone just doesn't make sense to the world. Virginia's question wasn't really about Santa. It's about something every one of us asks at some point in life. Is there still good in the world? Is there something beautiful and unseen that we can hold on to, especially when things feel certain? And honestly, doesn't that still feel true with what we are all going through in this world today? Faith, whether in people, purpose, or something greater than ourselves, asks us to believe even when we can't see proof. It's trusting that love, kindness, and connection are real forces, the ones that hold us together. The editorial said, "The most real things in the world are those that neither children nor men can see." And isn't that so true? You can't see love, but you feel it in every heartbeat. You can't see hope, but you sense it when you rise after a hard day. You can't see spirit, but you know when it's near, especially in moments of peace, comfort, and awe. As we grow older, the belief starts to fade. It's a sad fact of life because we trade wonder for logic, imagination for realism, and faith for certainty. But I think the story of Virginia invites us to return to that childlike part of ourselves, the one that believes without needing evidence. Can you remember a time when you had faith in something or someone, even though there was no proof it would work out? What gave you the courage to believe? There have been moments in my life when I had nothing left to lean on except faith. And it's happened many times in my life, not just once or twice. And I won't pretend that was easy because, especially after spending so many years quietly expecting things not to work out, what I've learned through my own challenges is that faith is deeply personal. What carries me may look different from what carries you, and that's not only okay, but it's necessary. There is no single way to believe, no universal path, because faith meets each of us exactly where we are. Let me repeat that again. Faith meets each of us exactly where we are. When I think about unwavering faith now, I don't picture certainty or having all the answers. I picture something much quieter. I picture a trust wall. Go with me on this. Trust me for a moment. Not a dramatic moment, but a gentle one. It's the moment where I stop bracing myself, where I loosen my grip on control, which can be very scary, especially with someone who's a self-imposed control freak and overanalyzes everything. But it's where I allow myself to lean back into trust, even when I can't see how things will unfold. That's huge. For most people, it is. Faith for me is trusting that I am supported, held by something greater than myself, that I don't have to do everything alone. That when I allow myself to surrender, I am met with guidance, protection, and exactly what I need in that moment. Isn't that the true definition of faith? So when I'm faced with a difficult decision, I pause. I breathe. I soften my shoulders and my heart, and I remind myself that I am not stepping into the unknown alone. Because for me, my belief, my guardian angels, my loved ones in spirit, angels, and my God are already present, steady, compassionate, and supportive. We all have a team. We may not always know who they are or what they are, but we always have that unseen presence behind us, in front of us, on the side of us, that is always guiding and protecting us. Because you know what? It's not forcing the outcome. It's not rushing the process. It's simply holding me as things unfold and the way they are meant to be. And that, for me, is what faith truly feels like. It's a quiet trust fall into love, guidance, and grace. When we nurture that kind of faith, we become vessels of hope, the very, quote, Santa Claus, unquote, spirit that Virginia was searching for. On a spiritual level, the story reminds us that the divine often reveals itself through acts of love. Every time we comfort someone, we show compassion or give from the heart, we become living proof that something greater is working through us. Santa Claus may be a symbol, but the energy behind him, the generosity, the joy, and the belief in something larger than ourselves is deeply spiritual. It's the vibration of pure love. When we live with that awareness, we don't just celebrate Christmas once a year. We embody the spirit of giving, grace, and faith all year long. So maybe today you need to be reminded, just as Virginia was, that there is good in the world, that magic still exists, that kindness and belief can move mountains in their quiet, humble way. So here's my question for you. Where in your life have you stopped believing? And what would it feel like to believe again in love or even in the possibility of believing in yourself? What were some of the things you believed in as a child that brought you comfort or joy? And how might reconnecting with that sense of wonder help you today with what you have going on in your life? Because the truth is, Santa isn't just a person. And yes, I did say that. I did say he was not just a person, because you know what? In my heart, I still believe in Santa Claus. Maybe that makes me a little quirky, a little bit different, but I refuse to believe that there was no Santa. Because you know what? He's a symbol of that unseen, unconditional love that lives in all of us, just waiting to be remembered and waiting to be shared. So yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus, and there always will be, as long as we keep the spirit of wonder alive in our hearts. And as we come to the close of this time together, may you leave here with a quieter heart and a gentler trust in what cannot be seen but can always be felt. I'm so grateful that you have taken the time to listen to this episode. And if you've listened to the others, I am so grateful for your time. And again, these episodes can be listened to not just at the holiday season, but any time of the year. They're timeless. And I hope the reflections you have heard or follow you through the year and beyond. May you remember that belief is not something we lose as we grow older, but something we are invited to return to again and again in our own way, at our own pace. And may you notice the small kindnesses that restore your faith, the moments of wonder that still find you, and the quiet magic that lives in love, generosity, and hope. May you trust that even when answers feel far away, you are held, you are guided, and you are never walking alone. And may you carry this truth with you, that goodness is real, that belief still matters, and that the light you're searching for has always lived within you. Go gently, believe softly, and remember, you are never too much, and you are always, always enough.